Hey everyone, imagine this. You're pulling up to your little brother's engagement party, a check for $5,000 tucked in your purse as a gift, feeling pretty good about yourself. That's me, Emma, 32, software engineer, rolling up with my husband Ryan to celebrate my brother Ethan tying the knot. I'd been the family rock for years, sending cash back home to keep our family farm afloat. 6 long years of mortgage payments to be exact. So, yeah, I was excited to see Ethan, 28, an artist with a free spirit, start his new chapter with Mia, his fiancée. The sun was setting over the old barn, the vibe was perfect, and I thought, this is going to be a great night. But here's the kicker. I had no idea that by the end of it, my parents would stab me in the back in a way I couldn't even dream up. And trust me, the twist at the end, it's crazier than anything I could have planned. Stick around, because this story of family, betrayal, and sweet, sweet payback is one you won't believe. Let's dive in. So, let me take you back a bit, give you the full picture before everything went off the rails. I'm Emma. Grew up on this sprawling family farm out in the American countryside, all rolling hills and creaky fences. I'm the oldest, 32 now, and I've always been the responsible one. My folks, John and Linda, both 60, were farmers through and through, but when crop prices tanked a few years back, they hit hard times. That's when I stepped in. After college, I landed a solid gig as a software engineer. Decent paycheck, long hours, the works, and I started wiring money home to cover the farm's mortgage. 6 years, guys. 6 years of me grinding away at my keyboard so they wouldn't lose the place. Then there's Ethan, my little brother, 28, the golden child. He's an artist. Paints these wild, abstract canvases that I'll admit are pretty cool, but he's never been big on responsibility. While I was out here adulting, he was chasing his dreams, and Mom and Dad, they ate it up. I mean, I get it. He's charming, he's got that free spirit vibe, but it stung sometimes, you know. Like when I graduated college, top of my class, and they sent me a card with a "Congrats, kiddo" scribbled inside. Meanwhile, Ethan's art school graduation 2 years later, they threw him a whole barbecue, invited half the town, and bragged about his genius for weeks. It wasn't just that, either. My 25th birthday, they skipped my dinner because Ethan had an art show, an amateur one, not even a big deal. I got a text, "Sorry, honey, we'll make it up to you." They didn't. Or the time I busted my butt to buy my first laptop for work, and they turned around and fixed Ethan's beat-up truck without blinking. I'd laugh it off, tell myself it's fine, they love us both, right? But deep down I knew the score. Ethan was the star, and I was the behind-the-scenes crew keeping the lights on. Still, I didn't mind too much. At least, I told myself that. The farm was our family's heart, where we'd spent summers chasing fireflies and winters huddled by the fireplace. I wanted to protect that, even if it meant me carrying the load. My husband, Ryan, he's 35, a project manager, total rock of a guy, would tease me about it sometimes. "You're too good to them," he'd say, and I'd just shrug. Maybe he was right, but I figured that's what you do for family, you know? You show up, you pay the bills, you don't keep score. Looking back, I should have kept score, because all those years of me pouring my heart and paycheck into that farm, they were about to mean nothing. The engagement party was coming up, and I was clueless about the bomb my parents were about to drop. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's head to that day when everything I thought I knew about family flipped upside down. So, the day of Ethan's engagement party rolls around, and I'm actually excited. Ryan and I pull up to the farm in our little SUV, the $5,000 check I'd written tucked safely in my purse. I'd been working extra hours to swing that gift. Software engineering pays well, but it's not like I'm rolling in cash. Still, Ethan's my only brother, and I wanted to do something big for him and Mia. The farm looked gorgeous that evening. String lights draped over the barn, picnic tables scattered across the lawn, and that golden sunset painting everything warm. I'm in a good mood, chatting with Ryan as we walk up, thinking, this is gonna be one of those perfect family nights. We get inside and I spot Mom and Dad right away. Dad's fiddling with his suspenders, grumbling like he always does, while Mom's fluffing his collar, beaming like she's 20 again. They look happy, really happy, and for a split second, I feel this weird pang in my chest. I can't remember them looking this happy at my wedding 7 years ago. They'd been fine, smiled for the photos, toasted us, but not like this, not glowing. I shake it off, though. It's Ethan's day, not mine. No point in digging up old baggage. The party kicks off and it's beautiful. Mia's stunning in this flowy white dress. Ethan's grinning ear to ear, and the food's amazing. Mom's famous pulled pork and all the fixings. I'm sitting between Ryan and Dad, sipping sweet tea, trying to soak it all in. But that little nagging feeling, it won't quit. I catch Mom whispering to Ethan, then Dad patting Mia's hand, and I'm like, okay, Emma, chill. They're just excited for him. The night rolls on, dancing, laughing, the usual, until it's time for the speeches. First, Ethan's best man cracks some jokes, then Mia's sister gives a teary toast. Then Mom and Dad stand up together, clinking their glasses. Mom's voice is all soft and proud. We're so grateful you're all here to celebrate our boy Ethan and his lovely Mia, she says. Watching him grow into the man he is today, it's been our greatest joy. He's always been our spark, our dreamer. I smile, nod, but something about how she says, our greatest joy, twists in my gut. I glance at Ryan and he squeezes my hand under the table like he knows I'm overthinking it. Then Dad takes over, clearing his throat. So, Ethan, Mia, we wanted to give you something special to start your life together. Mom pulls out this fancy folder from her bag and holds it up. We're giving you the family farm, lock, stock, and barrel as your engagement gift. The crowd gasps, then explodes into applause. I freeze. Like full-on can't move freeze. Ryan goes stiff next to me. I stare at the folder, then at my parents, waiting for the punchline. But there's no just kidding. Mom's crying happy tears, Dad's puffing out his chest, and Ethan? He's hugging Mia, looking thrilled, but not shocked. Not even a little. My brain's spinning. The farm I've been paying the mortgage on for 6 years. Ever since Dad's back gave out and Mom couldn't keep up with the books, I'd been the one keeping it afloat. Thousands of dollars, late nights coding to make extra cash, all so they wouldn't lose it. And now they're just giving it to Ethan? Without a word to me? I look at Ethan again and it hits me. He knew. That smug little smile, the way he's nodding like it's all part of the plan. He freaking knew. I plaster on a smile. Don't ask me how, while my insides are screaming. People are clapping, toasting, and I'm sitting there like a statue. Ryan leans in, voice low. You okay, Em? Fine, I mutter through gritted teeth, still smiling like an idiot. But I'm not fine. I'm boiling. Not once in 6 years did they hint at this. Not a hey Emma heads up, we're handing your hard work to your brother. Nothing. An hour later, I can't take it anymore. The room's spinning with laughter and music, and I'm suffocating. I find Ryan by the dessert table. Can we go? I whisper. He takes one look at my face, probably pale as a ghost, and nods. I'll grab our stuff. We make excuses. Ryan's got an early meeting, so sorry, gorgeous party, congrats again, and bolt before anyone can argue. The second we're in the car, I lose it. Tears just pour out. 6 years, Ryan, I sob as he starts the engine. 6 years I paid for that place, and they didn't even tell me. I know, he says, gripping the wheel tight. It's unreal. And Ethan knew. Did you see his face? I wipe my eyes, furious. Yeah, he wasn't surprised at all. They planned this behind my back. The whole drive home, it's like a floodgate opens. I start rattling off every time they picked Ethan over me. Remember when they ditched my college graduation for his art show? Or when they bought him that truck while I was eating ramen to save up? Ryan's nodding, letting me vent. It's not right, Em. None of it. By the time we pull into our driveway, I'm drained. Cried out, talked out, done. What are they even gonna do now? Ryan asks as we climb out of the car. They gave the farm away. Where are they living? I shrug, voice flat. No clue. Not my circus, not my monkeys anymore. But I knew it wasn't over. With my family, it's never that simple. A week after the engagement party, I'm still a mess. Angry, hurt, you name it. I'd barely slept, replaying that moment Mom handed Ethan the farm over and over in my head. Ryan's been my rock, telling me to let it go, but I can't. Then, out of nowhere, Mom calls. Emma, honey, she says, all chipper like nothing's wrong. We're having a little family dinner at the farm this weekend. Ethan and Mia are back from their mini getaway. Come join us. I want to say no. I want to scream. But some dumb, hopeful part of me thinks maybe they'll explain, maybe even apologize. So I grit my teeth and say, fine. We'll be there. Saturday comes too fast. Ryan and I pull up to the farm, and it's weird seeing Ethan's beat-up van in the driveway next to Mom and Dad's old pickup. This place isn't theirs anymore. It's Ethan's now. I hesitate at the door, my key dangling uselessly in my hand. It's not my home to just walk into. I ring the bell instead. Mom answers, all smiles. Emma! Ryan, come in, come in! She hugs me like it's any other day. Like she didn't just give away the farm I'd been bankrolling for 6 years. I hug back, stiff as a board. Dad's in the living room with Ethan, watching some football game, and he gives Ryan a handshake, me a quick pat on the shoulder. Where's Mia? I ask, scanning the room. Oh, she's in the kitchen, Mom chirps, swapping out the curtains for something brighter. That hits me like a punch. A week? It's been a week since they got the farm and Mia's already redecorating? I bite my tongue and follow everyone to the dining room. There's Mia, up on a stool, hanging these cheery yellow curtains where Mom's faded florals used to be. Dinner's ready. Dad's grilled steaks, Mom's mashed potatoes, the works. And we sit down, me between Ryan and Dad, Mom and Mia across from us, Ethan at the head like he owns the place. Which I guess he does now. The first 10 minutes are all Ethan and Mia gushing about their trip, some cute bed and breakfast, hiking, blah, blah, blah. I poke at my food, nodding when I have to, while Ryan keeps the small talk going. Then Mom clears her throat and I know something's coming. So, Emma, she starts, we wanted to talk to you about something. You know we gave the farm to Ethan and Mia as their engagement gift. Yeah, I say, voice flat. I noticed she barrels on like she didn't hear the ice in my tone. Well, they're a young couple starting out. They need their space, you know? I don't say anything, just wait. Dad shifts in his chair, looking uncomfortable. What your mom's getting at, he says, is we can't stay here with them. They need privacy. Okay, I say, still not getting it. So where are you going? Mom and Dad trade this look, and Ethan suddenly gets real interested in his plate. Well, Mom says, all slow and careful, we've been thinking in your little city apartment. It's perfect for us, nice and quiet, just the right size. I set my fork down, slow and deliberate. The apartment she's talking about? It's this cozy one-bedroom I bought 3 years ago with my own money. Every penny from late-night coding gigs and skipped vacations. It's my escape, my sanctuary, and yeah, I've let him crash there a few times, but it's mine. Let me get this straight, I say, keeping my voice steady. You gave Ethan the farm, the one I've paid the mortgage on for 6 years, without asking me. And now you want to move into my apartment without asking me either? Dad frowns. Emma, be reasonable. Where else are we supposed to go? That's not my problem, I snap. You had a farm, you gave it away. I've been keeping you afloat and you didn't even talk to me. Ethan pipes up then, all smug. Come on, Em, it's not like you use that apartment much. We're family. Don't be so selfish. I turn on him, fury bubbling over. Selfish? Are you kidding me right now? That's my property. I bought it, not you. I decide who uses it. Mom's face goes white. You're not saying no, are you? That's exactly what I'm saying, I shoot back. No, you're not moving in. Not now, not ever. The table goes dead quiet. Then Mom's eyes well up. How can you do this to us, after all we've done for you? All you've done? I laugh, bitter, like giving Ethan the farm I paid for, or deciding my apartment's yours without a word. You don't get to guilt me into this. Dad jumps in, voice rising. We're your parents. You can't just leave us with nothing. You've got the farm, I say, or you did till you handed it to Ethan. Figure it out. Ethan slams his fork down. God, Emma, you're so bitter. You've always been jealous because Mom and Dad get me. They love my art, my life. You're just mad you're not the favorite. I stare at him, stunned, then something clicks. I lean back, calm now. If they love you so much, and you're so tight with them, why don't they live here? It's a huge farm, plenty of room. Ethan's mouth snaps shut. He mumbles, That's not the point. Mia and I need ours, and I need my apartment, I say. Funny how that works. Mom and Dad start talking over each other, how I'm ungrateful, how I'm letting them down, but I tune it out. I grab my purse and stand. Ryan, we're done here. He's up in a flash, and we're out the door before they can stop us. The next day, my phone's blowing up. Texts, calls, guilt trips from all three of them. I ignore it all. Ryan says, block them, Em, you need a break. So I do. Numbers, social media, everything. I need space to breathe. But a few days later, I'm at work, sipping coffee, when my phone buzzes. It's the security app for my apartment. Motion detected. Front door opened. My heart drops. I check the live feed, and there they are, Mom and Dad, hauling suitcases inside with my spare key, the one I gave them for emergencies. I call the cops right away. No, they don't have permission, I tell the dispatcher. Please, get them out. An hour later, an officer calls. Miss Carter, we've got your parents here. They say it's a misunderstanding. It's not, I say. They're trespassing. I told them no. Ryan and I drive up. It's an hour away. And when we get there, Mom and Dad are sitting on the curb looking pitiful next to their bags. The cops are waiting. Want to press charges? One asks. Mom gasps. Emma, you wouldn't. I glare at her. You broke into my place after I said no. What did you think would happen? Dad snaps. We didn't break in. We had a key. A key you abused, I say. I turn to the cops. No charges. But I want them gone. Can you take them to the station for a bit? Maybe a few hours will wake them up. The officer nods. We can do that. They load Mom and Dad into the cruiser, and I call a locksmith. By the time we leave, the apartment's secure again. New locks, no more surprises. On the drive home, I'm shaking, but Ryan squeezes my hand. You did the right thing, Em. I nod, exhausted but lighter. Little did I know, the real payback was still coming. So, a month goes by after the whole fiasco with Mom and Dad trying to squat in my apartment. I'm finally starting to feel normal again. Work's busy, Ryan and I are back to our routine, and I've kept my family blocked. No drama, no guilt trips, just peace. Then one random Tuesday, I'm scrolling emails during lunch, and this message pops up from some lawyer named Harold Grayson. Subject line, Estate of Thomas Carter. That's my granddad, Dad's dad, who passed away 5 years ago. I figure it's spam or a scam, but curiosity gets me, so I open it. Dear Miss Emma Carter, it starts, all formal. I represent the estate of your late grandfather, Thomas Carter. We've recently uncovered a secondary will that was misplaced during the initial probate process. Please contact me urgently to discuss your inheritance. My heart skips. Granddad was the best, tough old farmer with a soft spot for me. He'd always say, Emma, you've got grit. You're the one keeping this family together. But I thought his estate was settled. Everything went to Dad, right? I call Ryan. Babe, you're not gonna believe this. He tells me to call the lawyer ASAP. I get Mr. Grayson on the phone, and he's straight to the point. Emma, your grandfather left a will dated a year before he died. It names you as the sole heir to the family farm. Not your father, not your brother, you. He wrote it after you started paying the mortgage, said you were the only one who deserved it. I'm floored. Wait, what? But Dad got the farm. He gave it to Ethan. Grayson sighs. Yeah, that's the problem. Your parents found this will after the first probate and buried it. I only found it because we're digitizing old files. It's legally binding, Emma. The farm's yours. I sit there, phone shaking in my hand. They hid it? All this time, I was the rightful owner and they pulled this stunt behind my back? Ryan gets home and I fill him in. He's pissed. They knew, Em. They gave Ethan something that wasn't even theirs to give. I'm mad too, but also giddy. This is my shot, I tell Grayson. I want it back. Let's fight this. He warns me it'll be messy. Ethan and Mia are living there now, but I don't care. It's mine. We file a claim, and oh boy does it hit the fan. Ethan calls me, freaking out. I'd unblocked him for this. Emma, what the hell? You're suing us? You can't take the farm. It's not yours, I say, calm as ice. Granddad left it to me. You knew that, didn't you? He stammers, then spills it. Okay, fine. Mom and Dad told me about the will a year ago. They said you'd never find out, and I needed the farm more. I was gonna sell it for my art career. I actually laugh. You're gonna sell my farm? Nice try, little bro. The court date comes fast. Mom and Dad show up, looking wrecked. Ethan's there too, Mia fidgeting beside him. The judge doesn't mess around. Grayson lays out the will, the dates, the proof Mom and Dad hid it. Their lawyer tries some weak excuse about family intentions, but it's over quick. Judge rules in my favor. The farm's mine, always was. Ethan and Mia have 30 days to vacate. Mom tries to corner me after. Emma, how could you do this to us? I cut her off. You did this. You lied. You stole. Live with it. A week later, Ethan shows up at my place. Uninvited, of course. He's a mess, hair all wild, eyes red. I'm sorry, Em, he says, voice cracking. I shouldn't have gone along with it. I wanted something big, but I screwed up. I don't hug him or anything. I'm not there yet, but I nod. Yeah, you did. What's done is done. He tells me Mom and Dad are crashing in some cheap motel, scrambling for cash since Ethan won't let them stay at the farm either. Irony's thick, huh? I drive out to the farm the next day, just me. It's quiet, empty. Ethan and Mia are already packing up. I walk the fields, touch the old oak Granddad planted, and it hits me. This was his gift to me, his faith in me. They tried to take it, but I got it back. Not out of spite, but because it was right. And that's when I start thinking, what's next? So there I am, standing in the middle of the farm I just won back. My farm, Granddad's legacy. Ethan and Mia are gone, the house is quiet, and for the first time in forever I feel free. Ryan meets me there that weekend, and we sit on the porch sipping coffee, staring out at the fields. What do you want to do with it, Em? He asks. I think about it. Really think. I could move in, play farmer like I did as a kid, but that's not me anymore. I'm a city girl now, a coder, a dreamer in my own way. I'm gonna sell it, I say. Use the money to start that tech startup I've been sketching out in my notebooks. He grins. Ha, that's my girl. So that's what I do. I list the farm and it sells fast. Turns out a young couple wanted it for their organic veggie business. The check clears and I pour every dime into my startup. An app for freelancers, something I've wanted to build for years. It's scary, sure, but it's mine. Nobody can take it from me this time. A few weeks later, my phone rings. It's Mom. I almost don't pick up, but I do. Her voice is small, shaky. Emma, we messed up. Bad. We're sorry. We didn't mean for it to go this far. Dad's in the background muttering agreement. I don't say much, just listen. We're in a tiny apartment now, she adds. Ethan won't help and we're struggling. I feel a twinge of pity. They're my parents after all, but I'm not ready to play savior again. I'm glad you see it now, I say. Maybe we'll talk someday, but I need time. I hang up, and that's that. Ryan catches me staring at my phone later. You think you'll forgive them? He asks, pulling me close. I shrug. Maybe. Not for them, though. For me. Carrying this anger's too heavy, you know? But Ethan? That's trickier. He knew what he was doing. Ryan nods. At least you've got clarity now. No more guessing where you stand. He's right. It hurts, peeling back those illusions about my family. But it's liberating, too. I don't need their approval anymore. I never did. The next morning, I'm at my desk, coding my app, when I get a wild idea. I list my city apartment for rent. Extra cash flow, and it feels good letting someone else enjoy it instead of it sitting there tied to bad memories. Life's moving forward, and I'm in the driver's seat. Looking back, this whole mess wasn't about revenge. Not really. It was about taking back what's mine and building something better. Family's messy, but respect? That's non-negotiable. And now, I've got mine, hard-won and worth every second.